Hola guys, welcome to my channel. In this video I'd be ranting more about this card here, a four-port SATA expansion card that runs on a PCIe Gen 3 x 1 slot. And I actually made a video about this when I first bought this thing. If you guys haven't seen the video, go watch it. It's very cringe-worthy. Anyway, one user there made a comment asking about performance difference if he installed the drive directly into the motherboard's SATA port that uses a SATA 3 6 gigabit per second transfer rate, or if he installs the drive using this expansion card there. Unfortunately, he's pertaining to a SATA SSD, which I won't be able to provide test results of. Number one, because I don't have multiple SATA SSDs, and secondly, I don't have enough budget to buy multiple SATA SSDs. But what I can say is, in regards to 4 SATA SSDs, I'd recommend you buy the ×4 slot, because this card here only uses a ×1 slot, and a single lane is only capable of transferring 1 gigabyte per second. And on the average, a SATA SSD has a transfer rate of 500 megabytes per second. So 4 of those will equivalent to 2 gigabytes, and this thing will simply won't cut it, you know. And what I can recommend is you buy the ×4 slot. In that case, it'll be able to have a transfer rate of 4 gigabytes per second, right? So you could install multiple SATA SSDs there, as long as you do not, bottleneck it. Yeah, so understanding what the transfer rate of your SATA SSD is will help you determine which expansion card to buy. And yeah, what I can provide is in this video are test results of my 4 traditional spin drives. And let's start with the first slide here. So let's start with this first slide here, of course. All right, my system's running with an i3 12100 CPU with a motherboard B660M from Gigabytes Ultra Durable, and the memory's there if you're curious. And the drives I'm using for my testing are 2 Seagate Enterprise 6TB 7200 RPM, an Iron Wolf, 2 of those as well, 4TB 5600 RPM, and I'm using Crystal Diskmark for my benchmarking software. And I've only recorded the sequential read and writes, okay, for the sake of brevity. All right, for the first one here, when the motherboard ports they lead a lot. I'm pertaining to the last one there, and I'm running each drive individually. And yeah, the Seagate Enterprise read and write, Iron Wolf's read and write, and the storage space here, it's pertaining to Windows storage space. I have it on two-way mirror, which is somewhat equivalent to RAID 1 configuration. And yeah, those are the results there. A clear win for the motherboard in most of the tests run. And one lead here, the Iron Wolf was able to get a lead of almost a megabyte per second, and a fraction for the single enterprise read there. So yeah, in this first slide, there are times when the expansion port leads, but only for a fraction, but only during reading, none in writing. And yeah, feel free to pause this video in case you want to read it in more detail. Second slide here, 4 drives are running simultaneously. Each drive are running individually but simultaneously, so Iron Wolf 1, Iron Wolf 2, Seagate Enterprise 1, and Seagate Enterprise 2. And clear victory for the motherboard ports as well. Sometimes like for example here, Seagate Enterprise 1 led by 2 megabytes, almost 2 megabytes per second there. Yeah, I ran this test a couple of times. It's always this drive here that's leading, only that one there. I don't know, maybe it has something to do with my drive. I'm not too sure. Yeah. Anyway, that's the result there. But on the average, it's the motherboard ports that's leading. And lastly, here, 4 drives are still operating simultaneously, but this time, 2 of the drives are running in a two-way mirror. Again, a two-way mirror is very similar to RAID 1. If you guys aren't, familiar with this, you could Google Windows storage space two-way mirror if you're curious. And again, all 4 drives are running simultaneously. First run was on the motherboard's ports, and the second run is on the expansion card. And here it's pretty close. Read and write. The second enterprise drive, the write speed there is leading with the motherboard. Yeah, and the read for the write for the two-way mirror is pretty good, in my opinion. So there you have it. Those are the results there. So this won't actually be a very long video. That's actually it. But to conclude, guys, yeah, the motherboard is on the average faster, but if you need additional ports, and for the price of this product, it's not bad. And yeah, the performance, there is a bit of difference, but for me it's next to negligible, unless it really matters. If it does matter to you, where you'd be transferring a lot of big files, maybe you'd rather buy a different expansion card, maybe a ×4 slot, or one that's better, more reputable. This one here is a very generic brand, I'm guessing. Anyway, for this product there, those are the performance tests I got. I really hope it helps someone out, or help put your mind at ease when considering to buy one of these cards there. Yeah, I guess that's it. And as always, guys, see you in the next one.